As Muslims celebrate the birth of Prophet Muhammad, President Muhammad Buhari, in his Eid-el Maulud message, has urged them to shun violent extremism by following the peaceful example of Prophet Muhammad.
He cited the killing of innocent people, kidnapping of female students, and forcing young women into forced marriages as some of the extremist behavior that the Muslim Ummah must end. Governors across the country have also called for peaceful coexistence and togetherness as the country commiserates the birth of the Holy Prophet. Joining us now is Chief Missionary Dr. Fadlur Rahman Kendi Tijani. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Happy Eid-el Maulud.
Thank you very much. Happy Eid-el Maulud.
All right. So talk to us about the celebration today. How do Muslim faithful go about celebrating this day? How is it marked?
Well, alhamdulillah. Muslim faithful should celebrate the birthday of Prophet Muhammad by bringing back to memory the lessons he taught. The Quran as a holy book revealed to him. It wasn't his own handiwork. It was revealed to him. And there are instructions, there are teachings there, and also the way of life of Prophet Muhammad. Because when he was living, he said, I'm leaving two things behind for you. If you hold on to the two things, you will never go astray. This is the holy book of God and my way of life. When we are celebrating the birth of Prophet Muhammad, the first thing is that peace message that he brought. His own was not different from other prophets. From Adam to Isa, Jesus, and to Muhammad, they preached and practiced peaceful coexistence. And that is the first thing Muslims all over the world, and even the non-Muslims, we should embrace. The second aspect is education. All prophets of God, they received education and they impacted it. Prophet Muhammad started education at the age of 40, and he impacted it on his followers. Today, Muslims should reflect that, am I well educated? There is the proper education and there is miseducation.
Really?
Muslims should avoid miseducation because miseducation will lead to misbehavior. And that is part of the teachings of celebrating the birthday of Prophet Muhammad.
So how do we translate these teachings to our daily living now, seeing that there's so much issues of insecurity, there's been issues of religious bias, people find it difficult living with one another, this issue of peaceful coexistence, how do we translate that into our daily living now?
Well, that is why I said the proper education is there and miseducation is there.
Okay. There
are some people, they will claim they know about their religion. But if you look at what they are saying, you know that they don't know the right thing. That is, it means they have miseducation. And whoever has miseducation will misapply that education. And that will lead to confusion. As Muslims, we should study the Holy Quran very well and the hadith of Prophet Muhammad. That is his way of life. The way he lived with other faithfuls in Medina, for example. He met the Jews and the Christians in Medina. He did not force them to accept Islam. He lived peacefully with them, and some of them, when they saw his teachings and his ways of life, they accepted Islam. Comparing it, this is very close to what Moses said, that is Musa. Yeah. This is very close to what Isa said, that was Isa. So they said, all right, this one is not talking anything different. It means the chain of message is the same, but people were misunderstanding and they were deviating gradually.
Well, at the time, there was some they were being misunderstood. And at this point, are we following the teachings of the Prophet as Nigerians and leaders generally?
Many of us are not. We have to be very frank. Because when we read the Holy Quran, we see where Prophet Muhammad said, do not even transgress.
Okay.
Those people who are not in the same religion with you, do not force them to your religion. That is Quran chapter 2, verse 256. That is, there is no compulsion in religion. The truth is clear. Whoever accepts it, fine. Whoever says, I'm on the right way, leave him. You can even interact peacefully. Christians, Muslims, even the idolaters, we can interact peacefully. Right. Know your own religion, I know my own religion. Anywhere there's difference, if we cannot strike a balance, then we accept one another the way we are. Then we forge ahead.
Okay. Absolutely, Dr. Tijani, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Breakfast. Now, as Muslims celebrate the birth of Prophet Muhammad, President Muhammad Buhari, in his Eid-el Maulud message, has urged them to shun violent extremism by following the peaceful example of Prophet Muhammad.
He cited the killing of innocent people, kidnapping of female students, and forcing young women into forced marriages as some of the extremist behavior that Muslim Ummah must end. Governors across the country have also called for peaceful coexistence and togetherness as the country commemorates the birth of the Holy Prophet.
Joining us now is the Chief Missionary, Dr. Fatlu Rahman Kendi Tijani. Thank you for joining us. Happy Eid-el Maulud. Now let's look at the teachings of the Holy Prophet, which has to do with love, courage, perseverance, and the likes that will guarantee peace and security in the country. How critical are these teachings, and how would it guarantee peace and security that we're talking about?
Thank you very much. Prophet Muhammad in one of his teachings says, "None of you is a true believer until you love for others what you love for yourself." And that is
love your neighbor as yourself.
As yourself. That is a basic foundation. And that one will be translated to peace. Without love, there can be no peace. Because every time you shift blame, you apportion blame to somebody, then the love will not be there and there will be no peace. So as Muslims and even mankind, we should love one another, accept each other the way we are. If we are able to correct, thank God, because it's an effort we should make. Nobody is perfect.
Now, when you talk about love, love is relative to every person. But in this context now, when we talk about peaceful coexistence, what would it be if you had to break it down?
Love and to be in peace with others, the bedrock is understanding. When there is love, there is understanding. You know my good side, you know my weak side. Then you accept me the way I am. You cannot just turn me overnight. And that one will let us live together in peace. Because if every time you just say, you are not good, you are not good, you are not good, then you have to make efforts to make that person right. You are not sharing your own love. Then with that one, you have peace. Listen to the other person. When you are talking, he should listen to you. When he is talking, you listen to that person. That will bring understanding. And from there, love will come, then peace will come.
Okay, so I will ask you this question on the state of security apparatus now, the insecurity, the insurgency in the country. As a leader in the Muslim community, how do you feel about it?
One is not happy about it. And we have to be very frank. Muslims, Christians, we have been living in this country for many years. But the laxity from our own side allow intruders to come in. And they are now claiming one religion today and another religion tomorrow. There is no religion that teaches violence. That is my own belief. But for some people now to pretend they are religious men or women of a particular religion and say they are killing in the name of that religion, that is rubbish. Islam is not synonymous with terrorism. It's not synonymous with killing of innocent lives. Rather, it advocates that life and property should be protected so that peace will reign in our community. We appreciate what the government is doing, but there is still room for improvement.
Of course, and that's why religious leaders like you have a major role to play. So what message now in trying to play that role on set now, what's your message to people on this day of Eid-el Maulud in relations to issues of insecurity and peaceful coexistence?
All of us should join the government in its effort to make sure that there is security of life and property. We should not just keep quiet. When we observe that there are some people that we know that their movement is not proper, we should allow the government. And we should take our own action too.
Okay.
That is my advice.
Dr. Tijani, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
On TVC Breakfast.